Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at a new deck from this set that isn't a Mega, because obviously we've done all the Megas that, well, I wanted to take a look at, that is. And today we're going to be taking a look at the single prize Alakazam with the Dudunsparce engine. So this is a deck that, I must admit, if you've not seen this deck doing its rounds, I mean, you know, it's one of those decks that, I'll be honest, I didn't, you know, like, when I first looked at it, I was like, okay, I can see the reasoning here, but, you know, like, it's going to need the Dunsparce engine, it's going to need a few other things, but honestly, this deck is rather consistent, as we've obviously seen in previous videos, because obviously Mega Kangaskhan faced off against this deck twice. Don't know why the guy conceded, but we'll gloss over that. So, of course, as per usual, in the description below, there'll be the usual links to the deck list, which is also available to copy in the description below. There'll be the timestamps that will be for the games as well, and of course the outro, what I think of the deck. So, the whole idea is we're evolving into Alakazam. Now, we can use the slow method of evolving it into Kadabras, getting some extra draw with our Psychic Draw. I'll show you the Kadabra in a second. And then evolve into this one, where we get to draw another few cards. The main attack is going to be Powerful Hand for 1 Psychic Energy. Place 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each card in your hand. So obviously, if we're dealing with a big Mega like Lucario, we're going to need 17 cards in hand. Now I know some of you are thinking, hold on a minute, surely it should do weakness. No, damage counters don't do weakness, I'm afraid. So because we're placing damage counters, we're not actually, you know, we're not actually doing damage per se. So Alakazam relies on damage counters, so that way a missed energy, if we do come across one, even though I doubt it, that's why I'm not playing an enhanced hammer, that can obviously wall us, but obviously you'd play an enhanced hammer if you want to. But the whole idea, of course, is we want to be drawing as many cards as possible with the Dudunsparce engine and enriching energy where possible, because we are using an enriching energy build, not a legacy energy build. Now, there is multiple ways to build this deck, but I think I've gone with the more straightforward version. I'm not playing the Togekiss line, but I think that's just the more consistency side of me that wants that to happen. The Kadabra also has the ability Psychic Draw, but it only draws 2 cards, not 3. But obviously, if you're evolving into Kadabras, we're obviously playing 3 Kadabras for Alakazam. The fact that we can do that is extremely good, and obviously we'll have the Dunsparce draw as well, and if we are knocked out, we get Fez draw as well. But we are playing some tech supporters in here as well to obviously help us out. I'm also playing a one of the Dunsparce EX. This is more for the Bolt matchup. Obviously, Bolt is not, like, difficult for this deck, but having a Dudunsparce EX just gives me a late answer for the late game, because obviously they do tend to put a lot of EX down. And they don't tend to play around the Dunsparce, so I'm putting a one of the Dunsparce EX in here. Obviously, if we're not using it, we can just keep it in hand and go from there. But we are playing some tech supporters in here. So we're playing a one of Bill's Transfer, which I never thought I'd be playing this card. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of Pokemon you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So this, even though you'll never hit 8, but you never know, I might be proven wrong, you will be hitting quite a few Pokemon off the top of your deck, hopefully. So not only does this add to your draw, technically speaking, because obviously you're playing Bill's Transfer, which takes a card out of your hand, as long as you're getting a +1, and it's maybe a Kadabra and Alakazam, you're actually going to benefit quite a bit. Obviously, we are also playing cards like Hilda, Jacq, but I've also wanted to play the new Lieutenant Surge's Bargain. Now, I must admit, when I saw this card, it is quite a funny one, I will say. So what we do is we ask our opponent if each of us may take a prize card, but if they say no, we draw 4 cards. So even if they say no, we're getting a +60 damage, because obviously we're playing the Bargain, +4, minus the 1 played from Bargain. So we're getting a +3, which means we're getting 60 damage back, which, you know, that could make the difference. But if they give us a prize card, we break even. So either way, we benefit. So it's honestly not a bad card to play in this list. I'm also playing 1 copy of EXP Share. This is just for maintaining energy. Once we get the Psychic Dark Patch, as I'm taken to calling it, I think it's Wonder Patch or something like that, This will probably be replaced by that. It just means we can keep our turn attachments not enriching. But obviously we can discuss that once it comes to that. I'm also playing one copy of Air Balloon. I don't like the fact that this list plays no way to switch. I know technically it's not a switch, but I just don't like it. So I'd rather have an option to switch required, which, you know, Dudunsparce technically does act as a switch, but I just like having the option to switch where required. So let's go to the deck list and let's have a look. And welcome to the deck list. So as you can see, this deck is not very difficult to work out. Obviously, the whole point is, as I said, we are going to be drawing a lot of cards with our Alakazams and Kadabras. Obviously, I'm not playing a 4-4-4 line. I'm playing a thicker candy line, just to, you know, give us that option where required. Obviously, we aren't playing any way to search these candies, and we're also not playing a way to really search out our Pokemon guaranteed, but we'll get to that. So we're playing 4 of the Teleporter Abras. There is a 50 HP Abra, but I'll be brutally honest, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you can be Hawlucha and lose 2 Abras, but, you know, there's not a lot of Pult right now, and even if there is, we will just be evolving these into Kadabras as soon as possible. We're playing 3 of the Psychic Draw Kadabras, and we're playing 4 of the Psychic Draw Alakazams. Obviously, this is going to be our main form of attacker. Then, of course, we're playing 3 70 HP Dudunsparces, or Dunsparces, with the Find a Friend attack, pretty useful to have. And we're playing 1 of the 60 HP Dunsparces with the Free Retreat. We're also playing 3 Dudunsparce for our Runaway Draw, and of course the 1 Dudunsparce EX, which I mentioned at the beginning. And we're also playing 1 Fezandipiti EX. Obviously, the whole idea is we don't want to be putting down these 2 prizes if we can avoid it. We want our opponent to be going through 1 prize each. Obviously, Alakazam is in a lucky position, as is Dudunsparce, that they are safe from Iron Hands unless they play a Future Booster Energy Capsule. So we at least have that option if we face a Joltik box or something. Then of course we're playing a Shaymin for a bit of bench protection, and a Fan Rotom, which can serve as a backup attacker where required, but is more here for getting our Dunsparces out. 3 Boss, 2 Hilda, 2 Jacq, 1 Bill's Transfer, and 1 Lieutenant Surge's Bargain. We're not really playing a way to draw in this deck, we're mainly relying on our Dudunsparces and Alakazams. You could cut down to 1 Jacq and throw in something like a Morty's Conviction, or something like that. Obviously, Lieutenant Surge's Bargain technically does draw us cards, but only if our opponent chooses no. But you could play something like a Morty's Conviction. Obviously, you do discard a card, plus you play the card, and then you draw however many. So as long as you're at least getting a +1, it's fine, but, you know, that is an option. 4 Poffin, 4 Great Ball. I've not played this card ever, let's put it that way. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So of course this can find us Dudunsparces, this can find us Kadabras, this can find us Alakazams, things like that. Then of course 3 Candy, 3 Night Stretcher to get some basic recovery, 2 Nest Ball, 1 Counter Catcher, 1 Super Rod, 1 EXP Share, 1 Air Balloon, 3 copies of Artisan, that's probably the highest I've ever played, 5 copies of Basic Psychic Energy, and 1 copy of Enriching Energy as our ace spec. Now of course most builds at the minute are playing the Enriching, but some are playing Legacy, so if we do run into the Legacy version, we're just going to have to use our boss and just go around them. Because ultimately we are going to have to try and do that. Now of course we don't play any hand disruption, so that is something to bear in mind as well. But the main reason for that is because Iono bites us, and Judge also bites us. You could, and this is quite daft, there is a card in the format, which I think it's Lucian? Yeah. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it at the bottom of the deck. If each player puts any cards at the bottom of their deck in any way, each player flips a coin. If heads, that player draws 6. If tails, they draw 3. Maybe this is something you could do, but obviously if you get tails, you're a bit boned, but I don't know. Maybe something to think about. But yeah, this list has been really fun to play and testing, and honestly, it's absolutely amazing when it gets going. So, let's get into some games and see how we do. And welcome to the first game. I'm looking forward to playing this deck. I've obviously done test games with it, but honestly, this deck is really interesting and cool. Like, I love a bit of a spicy deck, and this is definitely one of them. And we get heads, so we do want to go first with this list. This is one of the few decks in the format that actually want to go first comfortably. Let's see what we get. Abra, Shaymin, and a Poffin. I'll take that. Hand's pretty dead other than that, but you never know, they might hand disrupt us. Let's see what happens. Obviously, we'll put down the Shaymin, because, well, then again, it depends on the matchup. If it's something that I can not worry about, I won't put the Shaymin down. It's Camerupt. Yeah, we won't need to worry about that. There's a Dun. Well, Buddy Poffin for an Abra, and with the 60 HP Dun. I'll plonk an EXP share there, and pass. We don't need Shaymin in this. There's no fire-type spread attacker as far as I remember. So to knock out a Camerupt, we're going to need 17 cards in hand. And with this starting hand, that's quite a lot to ask for. Because obviously we need Psychic Energy, we need Alakazam, and then we need 17 cards. It's probably going to take us a while to take out a Camerupt, but we can sit behind single prizes is the point I'm trying to make here. Press Trolley and Rigid Band. Rigid Band does nothing for him in this matchup, as we've established. In the Kangaskhan video, that is. Because we're doing damage counters, we're not doing damage, so to speak. Okay, he has the Latias. He could go into Volcanion here. That's fine, because we can always just teleport, so we don't have to sit with this Abra in the active. He gets a turn attachment onto the Numel. Scalding Steam. And he could just pass here, to be honest. There's that. Obviously, we could, if we cure the burn, that's fine. We don't. Okay, let's see what we can do here. There's a Kadabra. That's pretty good. So we'll evolve to the Kadabra and use Psychic Draw. There's another Kadabra. That's also pretty good. We heal the burn as well. And we get the draw. There's Enriching, that's really good. So we'll Body Poffin for another 2. We have Prize and Abra, but that's not a big deal. I'll attach Enriching to the Dunsparce down here. There's another Kadabra and an Alakazam. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's pass from here. We don't need to worry too much now. Because we can go Alakazam, Kadabra, and go from there. There's the Rigid Band, but again, that does nothing for them in this matchup. They can free retreat into the Camerupt now, but that's not an issue. So remember, we need 17 cards in hand to take out that Camerupt. We could potentially get there, to be honest, but it just depends entirely on what we get and everything. Obviously, they don't have to burn with the Volcanion, but maybe they're doing a daily, and that's an Iono. That's unfortunate. That's the one thing about this deck, is it does get disrupted pretty heavily by Iono. There's Lieutenant Surge's Bargain. That could be good. We do lose a Kadabra though, but we can promote a Dunsparce, Night Stretcher this Kadabra back, evolve here. So we have some options here. There's Steam. I don't know why they're doing that, because they don't have to. They only have one Magmortar, so they don't actually get the benefit. And there's the Mega Camerupt. So remember, 17 cards in hand. Again, that's not for you guys, that's for me. I love making that joke when it comes to me. Obviously, we have Fez draw as well, but in this matchup, we don't really want to put it down. But we may not have a choice. So let's immediately do the Dudunsparce. And do we want to draw now? Well, I'm definitely going to evolve to Alakazam first. Because I want to find another Dudun before I do that. So we'll Night Stretcher back the Kadabra. Evolve the Kadabra. Psychic Draw. There's a Psychic Energy. We can play the Great Ball. Excellent, that's what I want. Because then I can get this back in the deck, is my point. Then we will do that. Then Runaway Draw. Nice. That's pretty good. Promote the Alakazam. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we have 10. So we can go Runaway Draw. I think we can get there with Fez. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then we can play the Bargain. There's Enriching, but that doesn't get us anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Play the bargain. If he gives us 4, we get it. If he gives us 4, we get it, but I don't think he will. He's given us a prize card. Okay, that's not what we wanted. In that case, then, I'm going to gust the Volcanion on the bench. Well, I'm going to just hit this with thingy. So let's Body Poffin, get some Dunsparces back out. Because obviously I can't one-shot this camera up now, even with the Fez. I don't get it with the Fez draw. So we're not going to put the Fez down now. So that's Nest Ball. Grab the Dunsparce. And Powerful Hand. 260. We probably could have, like, if we had the Fez draw, but I wasn't confident. And to be fair, don't really want to put 2 prizes down in this matchup. It's interesting though, he took the option to take the prize card. I guess he counted the cards in hand, would be my guess. So there's Scalding Steam. Obviously we can attach a Psychic Energy, so it's not a big deal. My main worry now is we're running out of Abras and Alakazams. Because we only have 1 left after this. If we can find a Super Rod or a Night Stretcher, that'd be fine. Maybe he's going to try and force us to boss, which, you know, I can deal with that. It looks like he is. He's going to force us to boss the Alakazam. But that is fine. I can deal with that. Ultra Ball, Rigid Band. Maybe this is for a fresh Camerupt, would be my guess. If it is, not a big deal, because we could just boss this Camerupt. We could even take out this Camerupt. It honestly depends. Depends on what we get. Again, Rigid Band does nothing for him, and I don't think he realises that, but I mean, it does stand a card out the deck. So that's something. So I'll promote the 60 HP Dunsparce, because that does give us free pivot. Because we could whiff this. I'll count the cards in hand as well in a moment. Okay. There's a candy. So, Alakazam. We're not going to attach Enriching, we need to attach Psychic for turn. Okay, there's an Alakazam, that's pretty good. We need to attach here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We get it with Fez. We get it just about with Fez. And in fact, Hilda actually gets us there as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So yeah, we get it. We could Hilda to get an extra energy and some evolution. In fact, we can Jacq and get some Duduns. We can Jacq and get some Duduns. That's actually not a bad idea. And then I can Dudun one of them with Runaway Draw. I was going to say we needed to find some recovery there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I can play a Super Rod and I can play the Buddy Poffin. Excellent. So get those back. So obviously I don't want to cut this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 bang on. But I don't trust my own counting. So I'm going to Dudun. Excellent. So we'll do that, and then Powerful Hand. Take out the Camerupt, and that is 3 prize cards. Excellent. Excellent. That's what we want. And there's Volcanion. Okay. So if we go Rare Candy, Alakazam, Gust the Camerupt, we can take 6 prizes. In total. Obviously, Bargain got us 1, but still. But yeah, this has got a bit squeaky bum time because obviously our prizes weren't great, but like we managed to get going is the important thing. Get rid of Double Evo, that's fine. Another Numel. I'm surprised he's not playing all the Call for Family ones like I was in my build. I'm just going to say as well, I think the Volcanion is worth including in my list that I played. I definitely think it's required. Now, if he has an Iono, this is going to get rough. But obviously, we did keep a Dudun on the bench, which is the important thing. He could retreat into a single prize or an Iono, but it looks like he's just going for the camera up. If he has Iono, this gets rough, but we could potentially still win this. If he Gus the Fez, it's fine. And it's an Iono. Okay, this could get rough. But we only need Rare Candy Alakazam, and then we just need Psychic. So it's not the end of the world. Obviously, we can Artisan shuffle the deck and then Bill's transfer. But to be fair, I'd want to do that after Dudunning. So let's promote the Dudun. There's Hilda, that's going to help us out. So we'll grab the Artisan, use the Artisan. We can grab, because obviously this is the 60 HP Dunsparce underneath. So, do I want to Fez first or do I want to Dudun first? I think Fezzing first is the safest option. There's Psychic, so we need Rare Candy now. In fact, no. We could have had game with Fan Rotom, couldn't we? No, we're 10 off with Fan Rotom. So Bill's transfer. Just going to take all the boys. Okay, I think we've whiffed a bit. Air Balloon here, just so we have the retreat. Runaway draw. There's Candy, that's it. So promote one of the Abras. Rare Candy into Alakazam. Psychic draw. Attach the Psychic Energy. And Powerful Hand, I don't even need to count. Because we have more than enough. We only needed 4 cards in hand. That is game. Game against the mighty Camerupt. That was a bit of a screen freeze there. Don't know what happened there, but that's PG July for you. But yeah, that went pretty well. I mean, I definitely made some misplays there, but, you know, that sort of thing happens. But yeah, was able to beat a 3-prizer just because we're a single prizer. So, let's go on to the next game. Welcome back. That went pretty well, I think. Obviously, again, I definitely made some misplays in that. I'm pretty certain I did. But, you know, like, it's one of those things, like, because when you're dealing with a Mega, you need so many cards in hand. Obviously, I have to recount because my short-term memory is just terrible. That's just me being honest. Like, I've always had bad short-term memory. Like, I take what's called Lion's Mane Focus. Oh, actually, we want to go first, so thank you. So that's a tablet based off of a mushroom. I take it every night. And essentially what that is it's based off a mushroom that looks a bit like, you know, one of those really weird, like, sheepdogs, like those really interesting looking sheepdogs. It's a bit like that. Oh, we got Fan, excellent. So yeah, it's one of those sorts of mushrooms, but like it's one of those that, like, you can perfectly rely upon it. Can we get another Abra maybe? Ooh, we do. I can get the Kadabra later, so that's not a problem. Because then that means our board can be 3 Abras and 2 Duns. I'll have you instead. You can go there, and that is a pass. But yeah, like I say, I take that tablet. It helps with cognitive function. It helps with memory, including short-term memory. And it also helps with... what else does it help with? Oh, that's a Buddy Poffin for 1. That feels rough. Grass Energy. Huh? What the heck are you doing with that in deck? What could Grass be here for? Darumaka? Does any even have a Grass attacker? Huh? I'm a little bit confused here, folks, I must admit. I'm not sure what this guy's cooking, but I think he's left the stove on, but let's see what happens. You didn't grab a Zoroark? Sure, okay. So, let's Bill's transfer. Oh, now that is nice. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Thank you very much, Bill. So we'll evolve all these guys. Okay, that's fine. Runaway draw. Nice. We need a Psychic Energy now, though. Again, it's like I'm asking it to. As much as I'd love to gust the Darmanitan, I'm fine with not. So I will Rare Candy into the Alakazam. Psychic Draw. Obviously, we don't need to keep drawing cards, but it's just nice to do so. I'll Buddy Poffin, grab that Dunsparce. Obviously, I would love to get rid of Fan Rotom now, but obviously we don't really play a way to do that. So, just in case this 60 HP goes down, I'm going to put the Air Balloon here. And yeah, we'll just Powerful Hand. 220. I'm not going to bother carding the card. If it's to save time for both you and me, I'm not going to bother counting the cards if I know I have enough. It's if I don't is when I'm going to recount. Just saves a lot of time, really. So yeah, what's this guy cooking with Grass Energy and Zoroark? I don't recall N having a Grass Pokemon. I mean, it's been a very long time since I played the Black and White games, to be fair. Like, when was the last time I played them? It would have been... Let me think. So it came out in like 2010, 11, 12, something like that? Played it for a bit. Yeah, it would have been about... It's over 10 years, let's put it that way. There's an Arven. The Monkey Dory makes sense, but why is there a Grass Energy in here? That's what I want to know. Maybe there's a cheeky eye and leaves for the mirror? I don't know. Like, I'm honestly confused here. What's this guy cooking? That's what I want to know. Because you can't get a reversal energy off of an Arven. There's no, like, search your deck for a special energy card. Turbo Energized. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Night Stretcher back to grass so he can do it. Oh, no, he's grabbing back to Zorua. He must have an energy in hand then. There's TM Turbo Energize. Another grass energy. Are you sure you're meant to be playing grass? You sure you're not supposed to be playing fires, mate? Because the fires make sense, but grass? No. Alright, well, I'm not going to be beating the paid actor allegations, I guess, but let's see what we can do. That is a good start. But I kind of want to boss this turn. That's a good start. 12 to done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This gets us to 15, so we can gust this. I can also attach Enriching to this done. I don't have to get the done in the discard. Well, I don't have to get it there. Oh, this is beautiful. Keep drawing, deck. Keep drawing. Means I can put my turn attachment down. This is sick. Yes, I'm going to attach Enriching here just to get more draw. Oh, that's just teasing me now. But no, we're going to boss the Zoroark. I'm not even going to bother counting how many cards we have in hand. I'm just going to Artisan, get another done, and we will Powerful Hand. Because I'm fairly certain we have enough. Yeah, we have 20 cards in hand. Oh, this is disgusting. This is genuinely disgusting. I'm not even bothering to price check with this deck because of how dumb it is. Like, the only bad thing about this deck is if you price too many Alakazam. But, like, honestly, it's not that bad if you do. Because you still have ways around it. You can still take big knockouts on these 2 prizes and 3 prizes, even without it. But yeah, I'm really confused as to why there is Grass Energy in this deck. Like I say, I don't remember N having a Grass type. He might have done, but I don't remember it. Now, an Iono here could be... Okay, never mind, there's not an Iono, but... he could have taken out the Alakazam, but then obviously I have the XP share, so... Yeah, pretty successful game against Zoroark. Let's go to a game 3. And welcome back. That was a really successful game in... well, against Zoroark, I should say. I don't know why I nearly said in that situation, but no, Zoroark's actually a pretty good matchup for us. Yes, they hits for weakness, and obviously, yes, they have the Darmanitan, but let me know in the comments, why is he playing Grass Energy? Is there something, excuse me, is there something I don't know about? But yeah, that was pretty successful. So I'm just wiping some dust off my my mic mount at the minute. There's a little bit of dust, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll put the Dunsparce in the active and put the Abra on the bench. So we are going first, which is good. And I suspect, judging by the sleeves, we could face a Lucario. So remember, as I said in the deck list, I think I said it in the intro part as well. Oh no, it's Garchomp. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. Obviously the power weight will be an issue, but we can deal with that. So let's go for a Great Ball. Alakazam's fine. We'll take that. This does help them, but we need the draw. So we'll go for the Fan. Fan Call. We might as well do a prize check, because this game it's actually going to matter. So we've got one Alakazam in the prizes. We've got no Abras in the prizes, that's good. We've got one Dudunsparce in the prizes, that could be an issue. Other than that, everything seems fine. I mean, you know, it's a typical Alakazam list. We've got one Psychic in hand, so we don't need to worry about that. That is fine. Do that, do that. Great Ball. Nice, that's what we want. I can then get a turn attachment onto one of them, and we will pass. They may just hand disrupt us for the fact that we got an Alakazam off that Great Ball, so that might help us. If he doesn't, things will get ugly, but we could always, what is this, beam for 10, I guess. I mean, it's not Psychic weak, but, you know, we've got to assert our dominance somehow. I could have kept as well, I could have kept this as, this Psychic Energy as an attachment to Fan. I've potentially knocked this out. But yeah, really interesting. Like, this is going to be a tough matchup because we need 20 cards in hand to knock out a Garchomp, and obviously they do play a decent number of hand disruption. So there's another Gibble. Arven for turn, so we're not getting hand disrupted. That's annoying. It's one of the few times you actually want to get hand disrupted in this deck. A Bill's Transfer off the top would be beautiful right about now. You could arguably play 2 copies of Bill's Transfer. It's that good of a card in this deck. It's a shame Bill's Transfer does rotate in the April. It rotates in April, which is, you know, it happens, but yeah. Let's see what they grab. They're probably going to grab Vessel. No, secret box. Okay, what they cooking? What they cooking? Let's see. Secret box discarding Gabite, Hilda, and a power weight. Makes sense. That's one less power weight for us to worry about at least. Because remember, we need 20 cards down. That's a lot to ask for. You know, this deck could draw a lot, but 20 is quite a lot to ask for. So let's see what they get off the secret box. Obviously, they can get a stadium, a tool, an item, and a supporter. They've already played support for turn, which was Arven to grab the secret box, but they can get a support for next turn. Let's see what they do. They're taking their sweet time about it, but to be fair, there's a lot to choose. So we've got a Fighting Gong, an Arven. I didn't see the other card. TM Evo and an Artisan. That's fine. We can deal with that. Fighting Gong obviously lets him evolve his bench Gibble into a Gabite, so that's fine. Obviously, hand is pretty dead, but, well, yeah. PTGL's like, you've had enough fun now, mate. You're close to Arceus rank. That's enough for you, son. But no, he can evolve it into a Gabite, and it goes to 200 HP, which we could hit that, but, you know, let's see what happens. Top deck needs to be something good. Okay, that does get us something. That does get us enriching the Dunsparce. So Dudon, attach enriching, draw 4. Obviously we're not gusting this turn, but I can live with that. Runaway draw, because we can go into the 60. That's pretty good. We can go into the 70 then, because we drew a Dudunsparce. Nice. Obviously we can Rare Candy into Alakazam as well. We get the Kadabra for the bench one. Nice. So we'll promote you. Evolve to Kadabra. Psychic Draw. There's our enriching back. That's good. We can get the Artisan down. Grab another Abra. I can Nest Ball for another Dunsparce, and I think I will. In fact, I've just realised I have one in hand, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. So then we can Rare Candy into the Alakazam. Psychic Draw. Not bad, not bad. And yeah, we'll just go for a powerful hand. The most overkill on a Gibble, but... Sorry, Gibble. You're cute and all in the anime with your Draco Meteor targeting Piplup, but I'm afraid you have to go. I've missed the days of the Diamond and Pearl anime. I mean, to be fair, my favourite was actually not Hoenn, for those who have watched the channel. My favourite was actually Black and White. Like, Black and White was such an underrated anime. In the comments below as well, if you do choose to comment, of course. What is actually your favourite generational anime? Because mine was Black and White. Like, you know, he had a good rival in that. You know, I can't remember the name of the rival, but he had the Snivy. Was it? No, it wasn't Paul, because that was Black and White. Iris was his companion. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, this is like, that was my favourite anime because of how, like, well structured it was. You know, Pikachu got nerfed, which is always nice because I'm sick of seeing Pikachu all the time. I know, like, the whole point of the anime is for Pikachu to have, you know, strong powers and stuff, but it lost to a Snivy. Like, fair enough, that Snivy was back in Leaf Storm, which that's an egg, I believe, but yeah. Let's see what they get, because they could go into Garchomp here, but they need a Power Pro to take out Alakazam. Spiritomb does nothing for him in this matchup. Spiritomb does absolutely nothing, because Spiritomb is based off of damage on your opponent's Pokemon, or on your Pokemon. And spoiler alert, my friend, I will be taking a 2-prize turn here, because we do have the enriching. However, if they do have a Power Pro, we will not be taking 2 prizes. Well, potentially not. We could get there. There's the Garchomp, but they need a... Well, no, they actually need 2, don't they? They do. They need 2. They need 2... Wait, what? Are you playing Mega Lucario in there? You know what? Do what you like, my friend. We actually need more to take this thing out. Oh, no. That Garchomp's going down, my friend. I can attach enriching to my Dunsparce. Oh, boy. This is not going well for the Garchomp player. A deck that can bully Garchomp is always nice to see. No, I like this deck, and it's actually gotten me to Arceus League, which is insane. This is a really good deck. I might build this IRL. It's that good. Obviously, I think I can make a couple adjustments myself, but obviously we'll go from there. So we'll evolve to the Kadabra. Psychic Draw. There's a Dudunsparce. We will keep the 61 around. And how many cards do we have in hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We do need to attach enriching. That's fine. There's that. And then Runaway Draw. Oh my god, this is crazy. Air Balloon. Alakazam. We can get the draw off the Alakazam and then one-shot this gun. I'm pretty certain we have over 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we can play this Poffin. We could have played Artisan, but I want to rub his nose in it. Powerful hand. Down goes to Garchomp. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And if he brings up the Lucario, we can one-shot that as well. This is crazy. This deck is actually illegal. It means I'm going to have to go out and buy some more Dudunsparces, because I don't have any left. Which deck am I just playing them? In fact, no, I think I do have some sat around. I know I have a Dudunsparce EX sat around. But I know for a fact I don't have any bills. I definitely don't have this, because this isn't actually out in Europe yet. It will... Well, no, the set will be released when when this video comes out, so I can get a bargain. And obviously the Alakazams and everything, but genuinely this is disgusting. This is genuinely disgusting. I'm not one to like call a deck out for being disgusting, but this is disgusting. The fact that I can do this, and that's a Mega Lucario, so that's our prize map. This is just bullying. And if he puts a Fez down, I can even go Lieutenant Surge Bargain if I want, but, you know. He's not safe from Aura Jab, he has to Iona, and that's a Lily's Determination, my friend. Unless you're playing Unfair Stamp, which you're not, because you're playing Secret Box, you lose. I mean, technically, yeah, I could whiff the Psychic Energy, but don't tell him that. This deck is disgusting. Like, genuinely, this is disgusting. Why is this deck legal? Air Balloon to the Lucario. Optimistic is all I will say, my friend. I'm not going to BM, by the way. I'm going to just double check I have enough cards. Well, then again, we knew we did because I knocked out the Guard Jump. So I'll just promote this, attach Psychic, and win. I'm not going to waste this guy's time. No, this deck is disgusting. This deck shouldn't be legal. You do know that's for bench Cynthia's Pokemon, not this, right? But anyway. Promote the Alakazam. I'm not going to BM. He's played reasonably paced. And we will just Powerful Hand. For 460 damage. So that means 28 cards in hand. And that's game. I like your hat as well, mate. That's a really nice hat. I just put a Team Rocket's hat on, but... No, I approve of that hat. That is a fine hat. But no, this deck is disgusting. Like, genuinely. I think... Oh, no, we're 2 off of Arceus. But, oh well, I'll finish that later. So, what did I think to the deck? This deck is disgustingly good. Like, genuinely, even with my misplays in Game 1, we were still able to take the win. And I'm now 2 points off of Arceus League. Like, yeah, I've not been playing, like, always meta decks and stuff like that. But Alakazam Dudunsparce is definitely a deck to watch out for. This deck is lethal. I do think the Air Balloon is kind of wasted in this list. So what I'd actually suggest is a second EXP share. Obviously, once the Wonder Patch card comes out, we could obviously take those out. But genuinely, I think I'm going to build this deck IRL. This is disgustingly good. But anyway, I'm going to leave it all to it for today. Really hope you enjoyed seeing Alakazam with Dudunsparce, and I'll see you next time.